Hello everyone, it's me Gilly Theory and welcome back to my channel. It's been quite some time. I took a little break from Minecraft because some new video games came out and I've been playing those. But I am glad to be back and all the support has been amazing. I've grown like 100 subscribers since last time I put out a video, so that is very cool. I decided coming back I'm going to build something very unique that I've never built before, and I'm going to put my heart and soul into it. I've actually been streaming it over on Twitch, so if you want to show some more support, please go follow me on Twitch. I stream Minecraft pretty much every night from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to show your support, even if you don't have time to watch the live streams, just go shoot a follow. It definitely helps support me over on there. But I decided to go with a solar punk city. I seen this solar punk commercial that came out and I was like, whoa, that's an interesting style that I want to go for. So to start off this city, I decided to go with a just more medieval style for the base. Usually these solar punk cities have kind of more either like a mid-century vibe or a futuristic vibe, but I wanted to do a solar punk with a more medieval so kind of maybe like an old town that got turned into solar punk over the ages, because the point of solar punk is to combine technology with nature. So I'm building these kind of futuristic wind turbines that the city will be using for power, and they're powered by steam. So the towers are pulling water up from the bay and pulling steam through the wind turbines, and that's pulling power into the city. I usually like to build from the harbor in, because that's how architecture works usually in actual modern day age. And here I'm building what is going to be the harbor master's house. I was just going to use this temporarily as a chest room to store all my stuff. It was kind of small for a chest room, but I'll be building a bigger chest room later in the video. I also want to talk about the fact here that a lot of these materials I got from previous things I've built on this server, because this is a server that I own, that I've been playing on for probably about a year-ish, and I kind of just leave the server open for my friends to join and stuff like that. I was thinking of making it public, however I would need some kind of mod or something along those lines that knows how to run a server so people don't just come in and it just gets grief to hell. So for now it's kind of just a private server, but I'm definitely thinking of making it a public server so everyone can join. So this harbor master's house is going to be basic for now. It's going to just be a basic medieval design, so I'm just doing a regular roof, and then everything after this is going to be very like earthy, crunchy, kind of like dirt roofs, very much solar punk. But for this one, since it's going to be the central part of the harbor and the harbor master's house, I'm going to make it like they kept it up to date. You know, not a lot of crazy texturing in the stone brick and stuff like that. If you watched a lot of my previous videos, you know I go very heavy on the texturing, and that's why I like to build roofs with the shape on the edges and blocks in the middle, because with blocks I can do a lot of different types of textures. Like I have terracotta with granite, or I can do andesite with stone, or granite with but there's a whole different millions of variations you can do to get different styles and textures. But what I do want to make sure is I put a lot of leaves on everything, kind of make everything try to combine with nature. So now I'm going to start building out a huge wall that's going to enclose the harbor district, because like I just said, it's going to be a district. So this city, I'm going to try to expand it as far out as possible, try to make the biggest city I possibly can, and everything's going to be held within district. So this is going to be the very first harbor district, and being a harbor district, I want to make sure I have a harbor master's house, I have markets, I have places to trade, but most importantly, I need to make these street networks. I usually, when I build things, I do end up doing the streets last, which I feel like handicaps me. So I'm trying to do as much of the streets first as I can, but like I said before, I'm also streaming this, and I don't want everyone to just be watching me make roads the whole time. So eventually I will start making the chest room pretty soon, but at least getting the basic roads down, I'm also going to name the roads. So I've been having people give me suggestions for road names. The big main road you see in the middle, that's Gold Pine Road. I think it's just a fun thing, and it just makes your city more immersive if you name your roads and kind of just add all those little things that you would in an actual city. Also, if you see another person building with me, it's Ashley. I had Ashley join again. He likes doing all the little monotonous jobs that I don't really like doing, so I'm having her finish up the wall. I outlined it and she's finishing it up. I had someone ask where we get all of our cobblestone and stuff from. That's mainly from Ashley. She does a lot of the mining. If you see the mountain, there's a little tunnel that I built, and I built a nice little mine over there so she can go and mine whatever she needs to. It's very important when you're making cities to try to get the elevation in first and then kind of work around it, so you don't have to do that afterwards. I've gotten caught in the trap many times where I've built something completely flat, then I put a bunch of houses down, and then I'm like, ooh, this does not look good, this looks very flat. And that's not usually how a city is. Very, especially for like medieval, steampunk, solar punk, you know stuff like that. You don't really want to have a very flat city. It doesn't add the depth that you want, and it just a less flat city is kind of just 10 times more interesting. Let's be honest. So we're starting to get to a point in the city where I think it's built enough where I can start putting down some buildings. So this is where I start putting down what's essentially going to be the market area for the city, and this is where you're going to start seeing the solar punk come out. And I also wanted to make the solar punk also things I can use. So these buildings, they're going to have like dirt roofs, but one of the buildings, the building is just going to be a place to hold sugarcane. So if I want to farm sugarcane, and that's basically going to be the aesthetic for all these buildings. They're going to be buildings that are not only the solar punk-esque style, they're also going to be buildings I can use. They're going to have either sugarcane or wheat or melons, stuff like that. And I love to do these multicolored markets within the harbor, because I just feel like it just gives that harbory vibe. When you go into the harbor, you can buy fish, you can buy whatever you need. Now, for the most massive project, and what took me the longest while working on this video, is the chest room. I just wanted to build every picture I've seen with Solarpunk is just like buildings stacked on top of buildings stacked on top of buildings, and then nature in between. So I wanted to very much embody that in this chest room. Also, Ashley said build the biggest chest room we've ever had, and I was like, don't ask me twice. I'm taking up the challenge. I'm gonna build the biggest chest room we've ever had while playing Minecraft. So I took that challenge, I went with it, and I decided I wanted to add what is these medieval type houses and kind of wrap them around, and then have nature wrap around that and have them stacked up. So it was kind of complex, and it did take very long. I think for just the chest room by itself, it took me about 10 hours, because I had to come up with the different styles for each house. They're going to be very similar looking, but some of the house bases will have oak for the bottom, some of them will have spruce, some of them will have spruce roofs, some of them will have oak roofs. and kind of mix it up like that. This one here has acacia with an oak roof, but they all have this kind of dirt mixture with dirt and cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, and grass on top. I've watched people make these types of roofs before in other Minecraft videos, but I think it's gonna work perfect with the solar punk. And now you're gonna see the nature start to come in. I'm building up a tree right in the middle. I have I have leaves going all up the side. I really wanted it to kind of look like a mountain of buildings with just nature popping out from the side. So what I ended up having to do was make a cylinder through the middle leading down to the chest room, so that way I could build all the trees and build all the land and the houses, leading kind of pushing into the cylinder to give it that mountain shape, and then I can put trees on top and it'll really look like just this crazy like forest. And it does look crazy, but I feel like I could rebuild this whole thing if I ever wanted to do like a how-to video or anything like that. I feel like it was easy enough to the point where I can rebuild it, and it was fun building it. It was just very creative. I was kind of just doing things at random and seeing how it goes. It was very tedious doing the second level because I had to weirdly connect roofs to other houses, but it was still fun. It was still all fun. Everything I do is for fun and to try out different things. I've been very you know, kind of, I don't want to say stuck because that sounds like a negative thing, but I've been very you know, just into medieval the whole entire time that I've played Minecraft. Like, my Discord server is called Camelot. Everything I do is like based in medieval things. Like, my channel points for my Twitch is called gold coins, and then I have like gold coin. I just love the medieval style. I don't know why. I feel like medieval times were brutal, but the medieval architecture fascinates me because it's very cool looking. I like more medieval fantasy where people aren't like, you know, it wasn't as brutal as it was during the medieval times. I'm very into medieval fantasy, but you can see here that the chest room looks amazing. It's I wouldn't say it's the top #1 things I built. I've built like some crazy things in my time on the craft, but I think it's definitely top 5 of my favorite things I built. I just think it's very unique. I don't think I've personally seen someone build something like this. I could be wrong because the amount of things that have been built in Minecraft are insane. Like, it's crazy. There's so many amazing things built in Minecraft, but in my opinion, I haven't really seen anyone doing the solar punk aesthetic. So that's my thing. And I also wanted to add a couple little chimneys there to just give it that vibe of being you know, more alive. I think it'll be cool to see what Minecraft adds in the future of things that move like this, like the smoke, kind of that animated texture. So I can add more animated things to buildings and kind of give them that life. Like, you can see the grass moving and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it for the chest room. Now, I started building this forge, but it's really gonna finish it on the next video. So if you want to see the forge be fully built, definitely subscribe and check out the next video because I'll be finishing it there. I think actually over on Twitch I'm pretty much almost done with it, but I get it started on this video. But the video is getting pretty long, so I decided I'll just finish the rest of the forge in the next video, plus I have to find netherrack and all that. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. We're going to be building a whole solar punk city, so definitely stick around. See ya.